Spring, 1945. On the Eastern Front, the Red Army was closing in on Berlin, but the Germans were still holding strong behind concrete, steel, and desperation. Soviet commanders wanted a way to crush the last pockets of resistance without sending more men into the killing zones around the city. So they reached deep into the archives of Soviet engineering and resurrected one of the most terrifying weapons ever designed, the TM-3-212 railway gun. Picture this. A 200-ton steel monster mounted on a rail carriage, armed with a 12-inch naval cannon rigged straight from a battleship. It fired shells nearly half a meter wide, each weighing close to a quarter ton, and it could hit targets over 20 miles away. This wasn't a regular gun. It was a city-leveling sledgehammer. The Soviets had only a few of them left. Most were hidden from German aircraft, deep in the forests of Leningrad and the Baltic. But as the Red Army advanced west, these giants were dragged across newly captured territory, rolling slowly toward Berlin on repaired rail lines. Crews worked day and night to bring them online. They reinforced tracks with fresh timber. They welded stabilizers to keep the guns from flipping the rail cars under recoil. And they dug trenches beneath the rails so the earth could absorb the shock of each blast. By late April, the TM-312s were in position, just far enough to be safe from Germany, but close enough to strike the heart of Berlin. At dawn, the first shell roared out of the barrel. Witnesses said the ground shook 4 miles. German troops in the city didn't even hear the shot. They only heard the impact. The steel giant had just punched through buildings, bunkers, and streets from 22 miles away. Then came another shot, and another, each one landing deep inside the collapsing capital of the Third Reich. For Berlin's defenders, it was hopeless. They couldn't see the weapon, they couldn't reach it, and they couldn't stop it. These railway guns fired 4 days, smashing supply depots, collapsing roadways, and shaking the morale of anyone still resisting. Soviet infantry advancing into the city later recalled seeing craters the size of swimming pools, carved out by shells launched from beyond the horizon. The Soviet railguns didn't win the battle alone, but they crushed the last illusions of German invincibility. They showed that the Red Army could hit Berlin without even stepping foot in it. And as the city burned, the railway guns slowly rolled forward. Their job was nearly done. The war in Europe was about to end, brought down in part by a weapon so powerful it could shatter a city from miles away. The Soviet railguns weren't just artillery. They were a message. Where the Red Army intended to go, nothing could stand in